he hasn't had a piece of fruit in his life. You know, all parents don't necessarily have to do this, but similar to your principles, you know, you start them young, and that's what they go for. You know, he eats eggs every morning. You know, he's never had a refined carbohydrate. But so the main principle is that they have to have the fat soluble vitamins. So they need to get these. You have to work in the fatty meats, you have to work in the organ meats, you have to work in the egg yolks, whole fat dairy if they tolerate it, and that's what provides. Their bodies are, you know, the literal sponge for these things. It'll create the physiological barrier to tooth decay. So if your child has a hole in their tooth, you can change that. There are cells inside the tooth called odontoblasts, which are very, very similar to osteoblasts that create bone, and they're an immune cell. And so if they're run by these nutrients, vitamin A, vitamin D, and vitamin K2, so you feed them the protective factors and you remove the harmful factors, and the bodies will start to do it itself. So for tooth decay, that's the first sign of how we're managing calcium balance in a young child. Now, as they grow and develop, you'll start to see whether the teeth have space to come in. Between 6 and 12, for example, but this happens right even when we have just baby teeth, their jaws are developing, and you have 32 human teeth raring to come in. So at 6 and 7, they start to grow. And so what you need to watch is that functionally, they're helping this craniofacial development. We can intervene, we can help the jaws grow. That's what we do in our clinic. We prevent braces, we get to the problem before, and it's all to do with breathing, because when we nasal breathe, and which expands the maxilla, which creates the platform for the upper teeth, which creates a platform for the whole entire craniofacial system. Then we create an expansive growth pattern that will then start to create a posture where the child is not mouth breathing, because if the child mouth breathes, it stunts the growth of the jaw, the maxilla, the roof of the mouth, and what happens is that then you get crooked teeth. If you watch your child, if they're open mouth posture, we need to teach them to breathe through the nose. You really need to watch their sleep, because if they breathe through the mouth through 8 hours of night, this is when all the growth and development is happening. It's where the brain needs all that nitric oxide rich air that goes through the nasal sinuses. If this is all corrected, the nutrients, the breathing, the last factor is the tongue posture. So the craniofacial posture, so tongue to the roof of the mouth, and it's kind of this kind of movement. It's a suction to the roof of the mouth, and that's right back to the soft palate. When you swallow, that creates an upward-outward movement that supports the neck and cervical spine, supports the airway, the oropharyngeal, the throat holds open. You breathe correctly, you create posture. This is why singers have such great craniofacial structure and actors, because they use their voices so well, because their breathing and their airway system is all working well. So when all of those things come together, a child grows and develops. The nutrients that they eat and the air they breathe and the sleep that they get, all of those things come together, and they'll never have a tooth issue. They'll never have wisdom teeth impactions. They won't need braces.
Annotated and summarized, easy to share with loved ones. The description below the title for this video has these summary points.